Zdarova, pidaras. Let's end this trial once and for all. Hell yeah. December 18. 9:51 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, Judgment Day. Terminator 2. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Varg. What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today is the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth? Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I would cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, you pal. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah, good morning. How did it go, detective? Have no fear, as promised I've captured our runaway caretaker. Just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe, you must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way, I feel pretty good. Pretty good? Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. December 28th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 3. Alright. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be aved into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement, right? Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat renter shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. What happened to Von Karma? Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in a boat renter shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Very well. The witness's testimony. I hope I have sound on. Let's just listen into it. God damn it. I hope I have sound. Yes, I do have. Okay. I don't know why, but when I wanna adjust the volume on my phone, it adjusts the notification volume, not the video volume. I don't know why it's separate, to be honest. Why I left the court? I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Paul, you see. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. You don't have motive. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yoni Yogi. You are Yoni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. While I left the court. Just save. Or I mean, I will save, just in case. something happens. I'm gonna press him on every sentence. I would call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and you realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush on to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Johnny Yogi. But I wasn't running away or nothing. Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why. It is so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking. If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. I went to buy some food for Paul, you see. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see. What? The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right, nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost. Lehazi, Your Honor, come to your senses. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. First, second, third, fourth one. I figured I got nothing to do with this case anyhow. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yup, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you are lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you have come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness, please continue. I would need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It is impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until this trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past of lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order of Ecclesia. Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your client. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Oh, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness's name. Gregory Edgeworth. Johnny Yogi. His name is Johnny Yogi, former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Johnny Yogi from the DS6 incident. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Johnny Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Jani Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Jani Yogi? It's okay, it's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we will compare them to the fingerprints on file for Jani Yogi 15 years ago. I see, that makes sense. Huh? I'm so very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff, yep. What? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end this way. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? I know! Just give me the option! Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you would like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, Yeah, very funny. You are sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it? Nick? No, you are not going to. Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I will have to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. God damn it. Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is farce. I object. Objection. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. Alright, I have the right to do as you suggested. Well, if you are so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this and nothing comes of it, then I hope you are ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, Steve, want to go through with your little game? Yes, I'm doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Same. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name? The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your honor? Please testify for us. Who is your honor? Hello, Squawk. Certainly the most concise testimony we had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? That's fun. Cross-examination. Who is your owner? Hello, Squawk. Audit. Objection. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? What's your name? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name, mate? Polly, Squawk. Mr. Wright, I think we have established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course. Yes, it does. Huh, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity, then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you are taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we are not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We are here to prove that he is Yoni Yogi. All we have to do is to tie the name Poli to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is the DS6 case file. The DS6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on them? Show us, or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to the... suspect data? I think it's suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yoni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly. Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see, I guess that is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. Indeed. Alone it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we are getting closer. One more, if we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Very well, the witness, you may continue. Witness, you are here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe that you are speaking to the parrot. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Hello, hello. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? Have we forgotten something? As I recall 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk. Don't forget the Essex. If I can't get Polly to say that here, that we prove that the caretaker had something to do with the Essex. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello. Squawk. That's not what you are supposed to say. Forgot something, we forgot. Hello. Squawk. Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we had forgotten anything? Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner's name is Mr. Yogi. Hello. What do you say? What's the safe number? Maybe I will get her to say the number of the safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker? Actually it does. That's why I had her say it. Ridiculous. How can the number to the safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? I think it's this one. Yep. The DS6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to the safe number, case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DS6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1224. 28, I'm sorry. He used the date of the DS6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. But this is non-tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm a number one. This has nothing to do with the date, nothing. That's enough. I think we have reached a conclusion here. This is mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is possibility. However, the two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Witness? Tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Johnny Yogi. 15 years ago I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order, order. Johnny Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, the package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I mean, I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it, I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. On karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defendant Miles Edgeworth is innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth, not guilty. We did it, boys. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. But wait, but that means no. Edgeworth? Your Honor? I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Johnny Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge, but revenge for what? Nick? Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DS6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise an objection. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Objection. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare, it's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't a suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DS6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, confess my guilt. I'm guilty for DS6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order, order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations ran out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime for 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. I'm sorry, Wright. I have just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy. Nick? What are you doing, huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. Huh? What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I will prove you're innocent, trust me. Right? December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations of the DS6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional, whatever, for me, I would like to run this one by the book. Unconventional. I see. Does the defense have any objections? Nope. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Mr. Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I'm prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. She's trying to call her sister. The DS6 incident. That day I I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. But the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Edgeworth. The DS6 incident. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. Oh, fuck. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost and Mr. von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago, I don't remember the details. That was when Mr. Edgeworth pointed out the problem in von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator? Yes, myself, my father and Jan Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed, and no one came to help. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time, what could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... just then something heavy fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was a bailiff. It was the bailiff, Jan Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous, but the air was getting so thick I panicked. So you are saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later there was a single gunshot, then a scream. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So there was only 1 gunshot. Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Take a look at this photograph. This photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago, and in it lies a clear contradiction to Mr. Edgeworth's testimony. Well, I can see the victim Gregory Edgeworth lying there, but what do you mean contradiction? Just as I thought, the judge is clueless as always. Show the judge the contradiction in the photograph. Present. As should be, the obvious contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Edgeworth testifies that there was only 1 gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not 1 but 2 shots were fired. 1 shot hit the victim, the other hit the elevator door. Ask you then, why did Edgeworth only hear 1 gunshot? This photograph does seem to confirm a 2nd shot. However, when was the hole in the elevator made? It might have been there before the incident occurred. If it was there before, it has nothing to do with this case. Ark. Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused at the time of incident? Yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. von Karma, save your surprise for after you have seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. What do you have that proves the bullet hole in the door was related to this incident? Yes, this one. Your Honor, the answer is in this file. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Each page shows the link between the bullet hole and the DS6 incident victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot fired rang out? In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else, Mr. Wright. But who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I know I should have stabbed him before your white fantasies get out of hand, Mr. Wright. Look once more at the DS6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary? That's on page 1. Look at what is written there. Not a single clue was found on that scene. And the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times. Then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. It does have a point. The second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter, the war truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door. Order, I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So, all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. God, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Mayo. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick, if the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you would do it, Nick. You said you would get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I would won. I thought there was another person, someone else, who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick, it seems that we have finally cleared one up of this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father. Thought that was not your intention. Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I have been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? I have an objection. Your Honor? I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Oof. Nick, I don't know, his case is perfect. Oh no. Ugh. It must exist, the second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Here! Why can't I just show it? Oh my, someone took it. Seems waiting is not going to produce us any answer, so Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor, the second bullet, it existed. What? But we have just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? The murderer had to find it. Of course there was a need, that's why they took it. But what possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene was... the bullet would be proof. Maybe they thought the bullet would be used as a proof. It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the two shots fired? Alright. Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm going to have to penalize you. What? Arg, this isn't going so well. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have to spend the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? But the murderer had no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Arg. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor, I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance, what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just think, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you wouldn't have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform a surgery right there, you know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Help me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Ah yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Mazerjov and Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the man inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I have known. I can tell you are grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it, deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right, I can't think of anyone. Hey Nick? Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Do you remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dared to blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take a vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? It could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DS6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murder came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh, should I come out and say it now? Should I say it now? Say it now. Your Honor, there is a suspect, one lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma. Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah, you don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident, yet you pride yourself on a perfect trial record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you are claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That will leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? The bullet has to be somewhere, but it's inside him. It's inside him. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to what I was shot? Show evidence. The metal detector. Alright, Von Karma, I will prove it. And I will use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is the metal detector. Oh my god. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I asked, where is the bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's no one way to find out. There's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you. You won't see what we find. Objection. I refuse. You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for suspension on this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations ran out this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Montgomery will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. A shot. Beep. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DS6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DS6. He's right, we can't prove that. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? Idiot. I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? It will be hard, but I will try. Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DS6? Of course you can't. You don't have any of the DS6 evidence. That's because you took it off the records room yesterday. With no proof you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I am the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can't link that bullet in your shoulder to the DS6 incident. And here's my final proof. The bullet itself, that's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DS6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term, it came up in the first try 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with the weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun, the very same pistol, in other words, the murderer weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove that bullet from your shoulder? Then we will compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? He's raging. Borg. Oh. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You are not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I will stop you. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? What? Only you would deny. So it was you. You and your father I might curse. Your father shamed me with the penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. Do it one more. One more. Stop. up! What is happening? I'll bury you. 50 years earlier, Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went to the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button but nothing happened. Then there was noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then. It was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge? What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. The court is adjourned. But what's with Von Karma? He needs to be arrested. December 28th, 5:38 PM. Defendant number 2. Nick, we did it. Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him. Nick, crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Huh? It was pretty close though. I was sure he had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself, but now it's all just a good memory. Edgeworth? So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right? Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, right? You are welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Warp? Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. Salary cutting noise. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Warp? I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You will get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. Hello, da. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank you all very much. I know you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you, wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, Bigons. Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Loda? Me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. How do you don't look sick? It's Fiancée. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should I have seen that coming? You edgy. There you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me and celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you came along tonight too, my treat pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questions me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food. Oh, I think we're fine, Larry. Right? Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate something. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38, no. No, Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. But think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history, huh? Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right? You may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in the school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, right? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, right? Edgeworth. You should have told me. No, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I would say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily too. Death. The death sentence is born for you. If I only had known, I would have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me. I only the other way around. For the longest time I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal, because I became prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch, right? Hey y'all, line up, I take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go. And after that, dinner's on me. I love this game too much. It's so perfect. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. And what happened to Von Karma? December 29, 5:02 AM, Wright & Cole offices. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A ladder? Good morning, Nicholas. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in a training of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. No, you weren't. Don't say that, Mayo. So I've decided to go back to my training. I've become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this ladder. Goodbye, Nick. Change the world. Goodbye, what time is it? God, the first trains for the mountains have already left the station. Guess I'm too late. Hey, Nick, Maya. So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? No! Hold it! Wait! What? I never could have saved Witch Edgeworth without your help, huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was the very end, when I thought we would lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg and even Larry. I'm the only person who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Shows Maya some evidence to cheer her up. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining the DS6. Goddamn, but you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick, thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. Go. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Don't go. No. No. Everyone leaves me. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. This was the game, isn't there a... don't think you have graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you would like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Objection. Don't tell me this was the ending. I finally finished this game. Isn't there a trial 5? Hey pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy year. Talk about pleasant surprise. Whoop! Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? I thought there is a trial 5. Oh my god. I'm so proud of myself. Huh, Nick? No, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at the cheese shop. That Mrs. Nice lady, but she's not exactly what you would call a cheap date, huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Tatsuro Iwamoto. Graphics. Rosberg? Payne. Wu, right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately, you know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of thought him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Pain. When you lose to pain, you just uninstall the game. Oh, this guy, the bellboy, Phoenix, right? The defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know, I've been taken over the management of the gate hotel. Should you be in the area, please stop by. You're not a clown, you're the entire circus, Grossberg. Yes, oh, it's you. Phoenix, right? Ah, yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how is he doing? Haven't seen him in a while. Of those days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. can't read under pressure, I have to read it fast. Oh no, Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know? Okay. What's the time? Oh. So convenient. I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I'm sure of that, Mr. Wright agreed, dear Sniff. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of public. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a quad standing underwater. I wanted to visit, but I didn't have any time, so I sent her some Pink Princess date trading cards. She says she can buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? Why did I suspect her when I first played that trial? Cody. Right, who's that? You wanna talk? Let's talk, Princess. Alright, but you know, I snuck into the studio the other day and I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ah, what a dog. It was kind of shock for a boy of my tender age. What the fuck? Yeah, I remember, right, that lawyer guy. Me, I'm in training to become paranormal photographer. You know the picture I took of everyone? Well, it's just behind them there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. What ghost? Show us the image. I wanna see that image. Shinji Mikami. Even in this game. Executive producer. Oh, that's the picture. It's so good. Oh, Mia? What? Victory. Capcom. Thanks for this amazing game, Capcom. Hold it. There it is. A brand new episode has been added. Oh, this is it. Yes. Okay, that's gonna be a separate stream, but that's like 7 hours long. Okay, let's just quit. Oh, nice. So yeah, this was it. This was a pretty short stream, but we managed to complete the game. It was a blind playthrough, so I had to use my walkthrough wiki guide a few times, but that's not cheating. Sometimes it was fair. You didn't know what to do, like you have to fail and then a script happens, like in the case of Larry Butts. But anyway, say goodbye to my little friend.